If you found this at a moment when your mind felt heavy and your room felt quiet, let me tell you something gently. This is not just another video in your feed. You did not slow down by accident. You did not stay here by curiosity. Something inside you recognized this moment before you did. There are thousands of voices you could be listening to right now, thousands of distractions waiting for your attention. But instead, you are here in this exact second with these exact words. And that matters, because there are times when Allah does not send a sign through the world. He sends it through a feeling, a pause, a stillness in the heart that makes you stop scrolling and start listening. So before you move on, before you tell yourself this is just another reminder, take one breath. Let it be slow. If your life has felt tense, if the air around you has felt different, if people around you have started to look at you in ways you cannot explain, this message is not here to entertain you. It is here to meet you. Stay with me for a moment, because what you are about to hear is not about them. It is about what Allah is doing inside you. This was not random. Allah led you here. If you are listening to this right now, let me begin softly. You did not plan to be here. You did not schedule these words into your night. Your thumb slowed. Your breathing changed. Your heart leaned forward without asking you for permission. And that is often how Allah begins. Not with a loud sign, not with a sudden event, but with a quiet pause inside a moving life. All day, your mind has been carrying things it never fully puts down. Thoughts about what needs to be done, what went wrong, what still feels uncertain, what you wish had turned out differently. You move through responsibilities, conversations, and expectations without ever truly stopping. Even when you sit, something inside you keeps running. And then, in this moment, something became still. The noise softened. The pressure loosened its grip, even if only for a few seconds. You found yourself here, not because you were searching for an answer, but because something inside you needed a breath. That is not coincidence. Allah does not interrupt a heart without wisdom. He does not slow a soul without care. Sometimes, He places a pause in your life, not to delay you, but to realign you. Not to take something away, but to remind you where your strength truly comes from. Think about how many things could have pulled your attention away right now. Messages, videos, distractions. Yet this moment held you. This stillness stayed with you. This quiet reached you. That alone is a sign. There are times when Allah speaks through change. There are times when He speaks through loss. And there are times when He speaks through nothing more than a gentle moment of awareness, a feeling you cannot fully explain, a calm that feels unfamiliar, a sense that you were meant to stop here, even if you do not yet know why. If life has felt heavy lately, if you have been carrying questions you do not have words for, if you have felt distant even in the middle of people, understand this gently. Allah often draws a person inward before He moves them forward. He creates space in the heart before He fills the hands. He creates silence in the mind before He brings clarity. He creates stillness in the soul before He opens a new door. So do not rush past this moment. Let it sit with you. Let it breathe inside you. Let it remind you that you are not unseen, even when the world feels far away. Because this moment is not just something you found. It is something that found you. The invisible shift people around you can feel. There are changes in life that happen quietly, without an announcement, without a clear moment you can point to and say, "This is when everything became different." They begin inside you, slowly, almost gently, like a door opening in a room you did not know existed. You may not have noticed it at first. You still go to the same places. You still sit in the same chair. You still speak to the same people. On the outside, nothing seems new. But inside, something has softened and something has strengthened at the same time. You no longer react the way you used to. You no longer carry every word home with you. You no longer feel the same need to explain yourself or to prove your worth. And when this happens, the world around you begins to respond, even if no one can fully explain why. Have you felt it? The way conversations pause when you enter a room. The way some eyes look at you a little longer and then quickly look away. The way laughter feels lighter or heavier depending on who is sitting beside you. These are not things you can measure, but they are things you can feel. This is the invisible shift. Allah often changes the inside of a person before He changes anything on the outside. He builds something in the heart before He allows it to show in the hands, the voice, the work, and the path ahead. And when that inner work begins, it creates a kind of presence around you. Not a loud presence, not a proud presence, but a steady one. Some people feel comforted by it. They feel safe near someone who is calm in a restless world. They feel drawn to someone who listens more than they speak, who stands firm without needing to dominate. But others feel unsettled, because your calm can remind them of their own noise. Your patience can remind them of their own hurry. Your contentment can remind them of their own dissatisfaction. And they may not know how to sit with that feeling. This is why the shift feels invisible. No one says it out loud, no one names it, but the air in the room changes. The energy around you feels different, even on ordinary days. If you have sensed this lately, do not assume you are imagining things. This is often what happens when Allah begins to shape a person for something beyond where they are now. The environment starts to feel smaller. The conversations start to feel lighter. The things that once mattered start to lose their weight. This does not mean you are above anyone. It means you are being guided towards something deeper. So move gently through this phase. Stay kind, stay humble, stay aware. Let Allah complete the work He started inside you. Because this invisible shift is not meant to separate you from people. It is meant to bring you closer to who you are becoming. Why the room changed when you walked in. There is a moment that comes quietly, and you may not notice it at first. You step into a familiar place, the same walls, the same chairs, the same faces, yet something feels different. The room does not sound the same. The air does not feel the same. Even silence feels heavier than it used to. This is not because the world around you changed. It is because you did. There was a time when you entered spaces hoping to be accepted, hoping to be included, hoping to be seen. You measured your words, you adjusted your tone, you shaped yourself to fit the comfort of others. And without realizing it, you carried the weight of being understood everywhere you went. But something has shifted. You speak when it matters now. You listen more than you explain. You stand without leaning on approval. And when a person no longer seeks validation, the world feels it. Some people sense your presence as calm. They feel safe near someone who is not competing, not comparing, not rushing to be more than they are. Your steadiness becomes a place of rest for them, but others feel something else. They feel exposed by your peace. They feel unsettled by your confidence. They feel small next to your stillness. Not because you are trying to make them feel that way, but because, when someone stops chasing, it highlights those who are still running. This is why the room changes. It is not about your success. It is not about your status. It is not about what you have or what you wear. It is about the way you carry yourself now. The way you are no longer moved by every word. The way you are no longer shaken by every opinion. And this kind of presence cannot hide. If you have felt this shift, do not question yourself. Do not shrink back into the person you used to be just to make others comfortable. Let the room adjust. Let the air settle. Let people learn how to sit with the version of you that no longer needs permission to exist. Because sometimes, the change in the room is simply the echo of a change that happened quietly inside your soul. The secret test Allah gives those He elevates. There is a test that does not come wrapped in hardship, loss, or struggle. It comes wrapped in awareness. It is the moment you begin to see more than you used to. You notice who celebrates you when you are not present. You notice who grows quiet when good comes your way. You notice who supports you with words but not with actions. This can be heavy on the heart. It can make you feel guarded. It can make you feel alone even when you are surrounded by people. But this awareness is not meant to harden you. It is meant to refine you. Allah allows you to see these things, not to make you bitter, but to make you wise. Not to make you proud, but to make you gentle. Not to pull you away from people, but to teach you how to walk among them without losing yourself. Because elevation is not just about going higher, it is about becoming lighter. When Allah lifts a person, He also lightens their need for applause. He reduces their hunger for praise. He softens their desire to be understood by everyone. And this is where the test becomes quiet and personal. Will you stay humble when you could feel superior? Will you stay kind when you could become distant? Will you stay patient when you could respond with sharpness? This is the real measure of growth. Anyone can smile when they are celebrated. Anyone can be gentle when they are admired. But it takes a deeper strength to remain soft when you feel the weight of other people's emotions toward you. If you are in this stage, move slowly. Speak carefully. Do not rush to judge hearts you cannot see. Protect your own heart, but do not close it. Because Allah is not just preparing your path. He is preparing the kind of person you will be when you walk it. When Allah defends you without making a sound, there comes a point in life when you realize how much energy you have spent trying to be understood, explaining your intentions, clearing your name, correcting what people assume about you. And most of the time, even after all of that, some people still choose to believe what they want to believe. This is where Allah offers a different kind of peace. There are moments when He gently takes the responsibility out of your hands and places it into His own. Moments when He shows you that you do not have to carry every misunderstanding, every rumor, every quiet judgment on your shoulders. Because there are battles you were never meant to fight. Allah sees what is said in rooms you never enter. He hears what is whispered in moments you are not present for. He knows the intentions that sit behind smiles and polite words. Nothing about you is hidden from Him, even when it feels hidden from the world. And when Allah chooses to protect someone, He does not announce it. He changes situations instead of conversations. He moves people instead of exposing them. He closes doors instead of starting arguments. You may notice that certain tensions fade without you saying a word, that certain people slowly step out of your life without a dramatic ending, that certain problems resolve themselves in ways you did not plan or control. This is not chance. This is Allah working quietly in the background. Your role in these moments is not to push, not to prove, not to pursue fairness with your own hands. Your role is to stay steady, to keep your character intact, to continue walking with sincerity, even when you feel misunderstood, because there is a special kind of protection that comes to those who trust Allah with their reputation instead of guarding it themselves. And one day, when you look back, you will realize that what you thought were delays, silences, and unanswered moments were actually shields. They were walls Allah placed around you without you ever having to ask. The power you gain when you stop explaining yourself. There is a quiet moment of growth that happens inside a person when they finally become tired of carrying the weight of everyone else's opinions. It does not happen suddenly. It does not happen dramatically. It happens slowly, like a soft release. You begin to notice how much of your energy goes into being understood. How often you replay conversations in your mind. How often you wish you had said something differently, explained something better, shown a different side of yourself. And then, one day, something shifts. You realize that no matter how carefully you speak, no matter how clearly you explain, some people will still hear you through their own feelings, their own experiences, and their own insecurities. And in that realization, you find a kind of freedom. You stop trying to manage every impression. You stop chasing every approval. You stop shaping yourself to fit every expectation. Instead, you return your focus to something deeper. You focus on your intentions instead of your image. You focus on your actions instead of your reputation. You focus on your connection with Allah instead of your position in the eyes of people. This does not make you careless. It makes you sincere. You still speak with kindness. You still move with respect. But you no longer carry the heavy responsibility of being perfectly understood by everyone you meet. And with that, your heart becomes lighter. Your steps become steadier. Your decisions become clearer. Your path becomes quieter, but stronger. Not everyone will walk with you where Allah is taking you. Some will stop at the version of you they were comfortable with. Some will misunderstand the changes they see in you. Let them, because your journey was never meant to be a performance for a crowd. It was meant to be a path between you and Allah. And when you stop explaining yourself to the world, you finally have the space to listen to the peace that comes when you realize you were chosen. There is a moment that arrives quietly, not with celebration, not with applause, but with a deep sense of calm that settles into your chest. It is the moment you stop asking, "Why do I feel different?" and begin to understand, this difference has a purpose. You start to see your life through a softer lens. The moments of isolation no longer feel like rejection. The pauses no longer feel like punishment. The distance you sometimes feel from people no longer feels like loss. It begins to feel like space. Space for your heart to breathe. Space for your mind to become clear. Space for your soul to hear what it could not hear in the noise. You realize that not everyone is meant to walk every part of your journey with you. Some people are meant for a season. Some are meant for a lesson. Some are meant to show you who you are becoming by, who they can no longer walk beside. And this understanding does not make you cold. It makes you gentle. You stop holding on with fear. You stop letting go with anger. You start allowing things to move as Allah guides them. Being chosen does not mean being above others. It means being entrusted with something inside you. A responsibility to carry your character with care. A responsibility to move through the world without hardening your heart. A responsibility to stay connected to Allah, even when the path feels quiet and unseen. When this realization settles in, peace follows. Not the kind of peace that comes from everything going right, but the kind of peace that comes from knowing you are being guided, even when you do not yet know where you are being led. You walk slower, you listen deeper, you react less, because you are no longer trying to control the story. You are allowing Allah to write it. And in that trust, something inside you finally rests. When your journey becomes a quiet conversation with Allah, there comes a stage in life when the world does not feel as loud as it used to. The rush for attention fades. The need to be noticed softens. The desire to be everywhere and everything to everyone begins to fall away. And in its place, something more meaningful grows. You begin to feel your life as a conversation instead of a competition. Your struggles become moments of turning inward instead of reaching outward. Your successes become moments of gratitude instead of moments of pride. Your questions become moments of reflection instead of moments of frustration. You start to notice how Allah speaks to you in small, personal ways. In the way a door closes that you were afraid to leave. In the way a path opens that you never planned to walk. In the way your heart feels lighter after you finally let go of something you were holding too tightly. This is where your journey becomes less about where you are going and more about who you are becoming along the way. You stop measuring your life against other lives. You stop comparing your timing to someone else's timing. You stop asking why things are slower for you or quieter for you, because you begin to sense that your story is being written at a pace that fits your soul. In this stage, even silence feels meaningful. Even waiting feels purposeful. Even uncertainty feels guided. You find yourself speaking to Allah without always using words. Through patience, through restraint, through trust, through the simple choice to keep going, even when you do not fully understand the road ahead. And this is where something beautiful happens. Your life stops feeling like a series of random events and starts feeling like a gentle, unfolding message. A message that is not meant for everyone to read, a message that is written specifically for your heart. So, walk forward with that in mind. Not hurried, not afraid, not trying to impress the world, but aware that every step you take is seen. Every intention you carry is known. Every quiet moment of trust is valued. Because when your journey becomes a conversation with Allah, you are never truly alone. You are always being guided, even in the moments that feel like silence. As this moment comes to a close, let your heart stay where it is for just a few seconds longer. The world will rush back soon. The noise will return. The responsibilities will start calling your name again. But right now, in this quiet space, remember what you felt while listening. You were not unseen here. You were not unnoticed here. You were not just another listener in a crowd. Allah sees every step you take, even the ones you walk alone. He hears every thought you never say out loud. He knows every weight you carry in silence. So when you leave this moment, carry something gentle with you. Carry patience into rooms that feel heavy. Carry calm into conversations that feel tense. Carry trust into days that still feel uncertain. You do not need to rush what Allah is writing. Every delay has a reason. Every silence has a meaning. Every step you take is counted, even when no one else sees it. So walk forward quietly, not trying to prove, not trying to impress, not trying to be more than who you are becoming, because the one who guided you to this moment is the same, one who will guide you through what comes next. And no matter how alone the path may feel at times, remember this: you are never walking it by yourself.